Saya juga merakamkan ucapan terima kasih dan selamat datang kepada semua peserta bersama dengan guru pengiring masing-masing.
Selamat datang ke pertandingan akhir dan majlis penutup Pertandingan Nasional ICT Terengganu Discourse Cabaran Keselamatan Cyber Nasional CAKNA Peringkat Negeri Terengganu 2018.
Saya mengharapkan wakil negeri Terengganu dapat meletakkan negeri Terengganu di persada kebangsaan memenangi pertandingan ini.
So on behalf of State Education Department, thank you so much for participating in this program. We hope to have more schools taking part next year. If we have quantity, we can get more quality. Okay.
Very good morning. Welcome to the final of the 6th National ICT Security Discourse Cybersafe Challenge Trophy 2018. Would the members from Team A and Team B please take your seat? You have take a seat, sorry. A very good morning to our our guest to honor, Tuan Haji Azman bin Othman, Head of Sector, Academic Management Sector, JPN Terengganu, Tuan Haji Alias bin Talib, Senior Assistant Director, Terengganu State Educational Technology Division, Mr. Jazanul Azriq bin Arifin, Senior Executive Outreach and Capacity Building, CSM, Cyber Security Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to begin, please be seated. For those who still standing, okay. Kindly turn off your handset to a silent mode. Have you? Okay, for those who haven't, please silence your handset. Your cooperation are deeply appreciated. First, let me introduce the timekeepers for this session to you. She is Puan Sulaina binti Wan Sulaiman from BTPN Terengganu. Have a seat, madam. Ladies and gentlemen, the panel of experts, POE, who will judge for today's discourse, please give a big hand to Puan Nurul Huda binti Omar, Puan Syafika Anisa Leng binti Abdullah, and Mr. Muhammad Yusazri bin Yusuf. Okay, they are over there. Ladies and gentlemen, the proposal for today's discourse is propose a program that would encourage school leavers to make cybersecurity a career. To present and verifying the proposal for the National ICT Security Discourse Cybersafe Challenge Trophy, in this round, on my right are the team from, okay, I can't mention the school, sorry, it's okay, right? Okay, the team A. The team A, they are representing team A. The first speaker, Nordini Akilah binti Nur Hanif. Can you stand up? Okay. The second speaker is Wan Faris Irayat bin Wan Muhammad Fairuz. The third speaker, Muhammad Daniel bin Ahmad. And the fourth member of the team, who is also the techno expert, is Nur Hazlisa binti Harun. Okay. She is responsible to prepare slides of evidence or analysis of the team's proposal. Now on my left are the members of team B. Okay. The first speaker is Nur Nadirah binti Ramli. Please stand up. Okay. The second speaker is Putri Intan Natasha binti Khairi. The third speaker is Aisyah Shafika binti Arman. And the fourth member of the team, who is also techno expert, is Muhammad Bazli bin Sulaiman. Okay, he is responsible to prepare the slide of evidence or analysis for the team's proposal. Now, without further ado, the 2018 National ICT Security Discourse Cybersafe Challenge Trophy will begin. I repeat, the topic for today's discourse is propose a program that would encourage school leavers to make cybersecurity a career. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call upon the first speaker from Team A, Nordini Akilah, to deliver his proposal. Please.
A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning to the respected chairperson, honorable panel of experts, and all members of the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you one thing. When your first day in school, what will the teacher ask you? Besides your name, she will eventually ask you about your ambition. Most students will say that their ambition is to be a doctor, a pilot, an engineer, but it is very rare to find someone that says that their ambition is to be a part of the cybersecurity experts. So before I proceed to the a definition of cybersecurity careers, I want to ask you guys, what is cybersecurity? Well, cybersecurity comprises technologies, processes, and controls that are designed to protect networks and technologies. Effective cybersecurity reduces the risks of us getting cyber attacks and protect organizations and individuals from the unauthorized exploitations of systems, networks, and technologies. Now, allow me to define the cybersecurity careers. Here are the statistics of the closely related careers and their estimated annual pay. As we know, new cyber threats appear constantly, creating new and innovative career opportunities. And because of the individuals or organizations is the main target of cyber attacks, from governments to banks to hospitals, cybersecurity professionals can find employment in a wide range of industries. Here are some common career paths in this field, which include Chief Information Officer, CIO. Next is Chief Technology Officer, CTO. Next is Forensic Accountant. And I'm moving on to the next one is Information Technology Architect. And the last one is the Information Technology Specialist. So as we know, today's economy needs us to have a very hard work in order to gain a very big income. So cybersecurity careers creates and gives more chances to school leavers for preparing for their lives outside of schoolyards. Nowadays, many people are searching for jobs with higher income, such as doctors. But those jobs are slowly decreasing in amount day by day because there are too many school students that wanted to be part of the doctor or even engineer and stuff. And about the job extinction problem, it limits the chances of school leavers to have a stable income, as the amount of jobs available right now is quite low and it is not enough to accommodate all the school leavers. So do you know why jobs are decreasing? This is because our technology is slowly developing every single day. And right now, jobs are replaced with machineries instead of using human power. So, to encourage school leavers to choose cybersecurity as a career, me and my team have proposed a program called MaxRap. MaxRap is a mass cybersecurity recruitment program. It has two branches of the activity, which is MoxRap and VixRap. MoxRap is a moving cybersecurity recruitment program, while VixRap is a visual cybersecurity recruitment program. So why do we create this program? This program is to employ more workers in this security expert field, because we want to achieve the ratio of the cybersecurities to the internet users to become more stable. And next, we want to encourage school leavers to choose and take part in this career, as right now Malaysia is having an acute shortage of cyber security experts. And of course, the objective of our program is to help community to have a more protected and safe internet, and to create a better world for all of us. So why do we need this program? This program is to enhance our internet safety by reaching up to the ratio of internet users to cybersecurity experts. With more cybersecurity experts, the cybersecurity will be more protected. And let me ask you one thing. We are all very dependent on the internet, right? So, can we spend a day without using the internet? I guess no, because most of us right now have phones, tablets, and laptops. It's all using the internet. So, let me give an example. If there are more cybersecurity experts and they make videos or advertisements about cybersecurity, it will be more powerful. People will be more encouraged, and they will be very interested in cybersecurity because those cybersecurity experts are professional in their field. So automatically, they will encourage and educate people to use the internet with a very respectful and productive way. And I guess that's all from me. Wallahu alam. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you, Nordini Akilah. You have heard the proposal raised by the first speaker. Now let me invite the leader from Team B, Nur Nadirah binti Amli, the first speaker, to deliver her proposal. Please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. I bid to the honorable judges, Mr. Chairperson, the efficient timekeepers, my worthy opponents, and members of the floor. First, let me define the key points of today's proposal. The first is cybersecurity. So what is cybersecurity? According to Wikipedia, it is a protection of computer systems from the theft and damage to the hardware, software, or information, as well as from disruption or misdirection of the services they provide. Cybersecurity includes controlling physical access to the hardware, as well as protecting against harm that may come. Next is school leavers. School leavers are young people who have just left school. As an example, in Malaysia are students who have completed their SPM. Alright, that's that. The task given is to propose a program that would encourage school leavers to make cybersecurity a career. As the first speaker, I will propose the program that we've created and then briefly give out the objectives, and which will then be explained in depth by my second and third speaker. So without wasting any time, I'll get into the proposal. So our team proposed to make a program called the Cybersecurity Awareness Program, also known as CAP. This is actually an adaptation to a program led by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, in the U.S. Department of Commerce, called the National Initiative for Cybersecurity Education, also known as NICE. So what the program does is it inspires a sense of urgency in both the public and private sectors to address the shortage of skilled cybersecurity workers, and it also strengthens the education and training across ecosystem to emphasize learning, measure the outcomes, and diversify the cybersecurity workforce. So our program, CAP, is similar to that, but we have our own objectives as well as our own activities. And we are more focused on the school leavers. So what are the objectives of CAP? We have two objectives. The first is create awareness among school leavers about the importance of cybersecurity. And the second is to decrease the amount of unemployed school leavers. These two objectives will be explained in depth by my second and third speaker. And they will also give out a plan of action to make it happen. So we know about CAPs, right? I've already explained to you about the objectives. And now you must be wondering how we're going to make it happen. How are we going to fund it? So we need the expenses to prepare the materials and all the things needed for CAP. And then we found a solution, the problem solved. We found that the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, MOSTI, has this funding program called the Smart Challenge Fund, or also known as Smart Fund. Smart Fund is a program initiatives which is open to business and researchers who are interested in competing for funding opportunities for which the government has identified the strategic and prioritized needs, new technologies, processes, and products with the expectation that the deliverables will solve national problems and identify long-term solutions. So we think that with this fund, we will be able to handle out CAP without problems. So financially, we'll be fine. All in all, let me stress that the program is mainly to encourage the school leavers to make cybersecurity a career, but also educate them about the importances of cybersecurity, because this work field is in desperate need of workforce, and without enough workforce, we are not able to make our internet safer. So as our tagline goes, cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. That is all from me. There's more to come from Team B. I take my seat. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now the Team A will present their proposal. Please welcome the second speaker of Team A, Wan Faris Irayat.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, members of the floor, so today I will be explaining the first branch of our program, which is MOCSCAP, or the Mobile Cybersecurity Recruitment Program. So, the first branch of our program is the Mobile Cybersecurity Recruitment Program, MOCSCAP. So basically, MOCSCAP is an exhibition booth in a bus, and the reason we choose a moving campaign is it's easier for us to move around, hop from place to place, school to school, because there's no need to hang out banners and canopies. There's also no need to pay for the bills for electric and water, and in the end we can save a lot more money. So we will be displaying information regarding cybersecurity on the bus. So the information we're putting on the bus are information like statistics of fraud complaints and the graph of cyberbullying. These kind of information will instill awareness to the public, and besides, there will also be information on how you can stay safe on the internet. Okay. Other than that, we will also be displaying information on how you can report a problem if you're being attacked online. And lastly, we will also be displaying the careers in the field of cybersecurity. Okay, the side program in the bus on the roadshow is based on a roadshow concept that tours from school to school nationwide. Besides going to school, the bus will also be visiting places which are mostly attraction areas like Jom Heboh or Terengganu Expo. As we all know that teenagers, aka school leavers, are most likely to spend their time and attend these kind of programs. So this is our strategy to gain more visitors. Our activities under MOCSCAP is talks. So talks will be given from the employees explaining the skills required to be hired. Okay, for example, in order to be a security consultant, which is an advisor and all-round security guru, you need to know how to determine the most effective way to protect computers, networks, software, data, and information system against any possible attacks, probably from viruses or scammers. So, according to www.techrepublic.com, the top companies hiring cybersecurity experts are Apple, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and the Patient First. So it is possible that these mega companies are hiring more cyber professionals as they are holding large amount of data. So according to this slide, there are a lot more companies that are hiring more cyber security employees, like Kisco and Capital One. So, besides giving talks, free psychometric tests for students will also be held. So our idea is the psychometric test will be the center of view and also be the main kicker of this event, besides the booth. From www.career.com, the psychometric tests are based under 3 measures, which are the aptitude test, personality, and interest test. So, this is because there are a lot of students that are always curious to know what field suits them the most, because our youth nowadays loves an environment that they can explore. And the aftermath of this test is that the interest in joining the cybersecurity team will arouse and increase. So, in the end, do you guys wonder how the community will know about mock scrub? So, firstly, the bus itself will be the center of attraction. The body of the bus will be decorated and painted with some cybersecurity information. That's something that's easy to understand by the community and something that can draw the community's attention. So that's it from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Faris. I would like to call now second speaker from Team B to present their proposal. Please give a hand to Putri Intan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to the chairperson, timekeeper, and honorable judges. Today, I am going to explain about our first objective for CAP, which is to create awareness among the school leaves about the importance of cybersecurity. What is awareness? Awareness is a knowledge or perception of a situation or fact, or in other words, concern about and well-informed interest in a particular situation or development. In our program, we are focusing on the importance of the cybersecurity. According to my analysis from NICTSeD, cybersecurity is important because without any understanding or consideration of the issue means you are waiting to be attacked. It may not happen now or next week, but eventually you will be breached and you will have to deal with the fallout. While Northrop Grumman Corporation, an instant message for traveling, banking, and shopping, nearly every aspect of our life revolves around the cyber world. Because the internet is so widely used, protecting vital information in the cyber world is not only our responsibility, but a necessity to preserve our national security. Therefore, This program will enlighten the school leavers to be aware of the importance of cybersecurity. Members of floor. Based on NICTSeD.com website, the statistics have shown that cybercrime cases registered by Mativ 2013 in others had taken a big number of the number of cases registered for almost 2.0k, while fraud or illegal gain was under than 1.5k. Same goes to if teasing or harassment. Meanwhile, cause disrepute, revenge, extortion, and prank was under than 1.5k. The smallest number of cases registered. And this statistic will be explained to the school leavers when we're gonna have a talk during our program. Next, we will give them a talk which we will focus on spreading awareness. We were going to start with spreading awareness among the school leavers and followed by spreading awareness to the world. First, to spread awareness among the school leavers is the session we will tell them about the awareness, encourage them to spread it among them, so that they will know what is awareness. After that, we will test their understanding by conducting a challenge to spreading awareness around the world. In this challenge, they have to spread awareness through social media so that everyone can see, everyone can know about cybersecurity. As a result, we will seek who's the best in spreading the awareness through their posts such as likes, comments, shares, followers, and others. Soon enough, they may make our mini campaign go viral in the social media. So this can open people's mind about the importance of cybersecurity and can engage them to make it as their career. So lastly, in parallel with our tagline, cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. It will be an eye-opener to the school leavers to make cybersecurity as a career. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Intan. This session continues with Muhammad Daniel, the third speaker from Team A. Please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to everyone. So I'll be straightforward with my point today. So the part that I'm talking about is the other branch of MaxStrap, which is VicStrap, or also known as Virtual Cybersecurity Recruitment Program. So VicStrap is a program that is based on using the internet as its medium to spread about awareness and give out service towards the community, in which we use the internet because it's reliable as well. It's used by almost everyone. We gotta admit it, everyone uses the internet, don't we? Of course, when we go home, the first thing we might open is our phones to check on WhatsApp, or maybe just to check on our Instagram or anything. But the services that we will be providing is a website, in which this website it will help school leavers to find their future tertiary education plan, in which they could enroll into universities, or maybe excuse me, they could enroll into universities as well as colleges which suit their interests as well as what they want to learn about. As an example, we would enlist MMU as one of the schools that will be there, and within that MMU, within that part of within the information from that school, will give out the requirements to get into the school, the courses that they offer, how to apply, when to apply, and much more. Maybe after having to find your education, you will be looking for a job, of course. So jobs that might interest you may be jobs within the cybersecurity measures. As stated by my friend Faris, he stated that there are a lot of companies that are looking for jobs. So we'll introduce a part from the website which would help us enlist an employee in those jobs, nationally and internationally. We'll also make an application version of that website, in which you could download it on the mobile phone as well as the computer as well, in which you could use that application as a medium of communication with other students who want to learn regarding cybersecurity as well. You could share the same interests with one another, as well as share tips. Well, that's one of our services, but we also have a way of socializing with our community. We socialize with our community because we want to strengthen the bond between us as providers with our users as well. So what we would do, we would set up a YouTube channel in which there we would share information regarding about us. We would also do course reviews, in which we would review about courses, of course. What course do schools offer, the syllabus there, the textbooks used there, and as well as the cost, of course. Other than that, we're also gonna do a documentary, kind of like those "Where Are They Now" kind of documentaries, in which we would showcase students who have already used our service, and where are they now, obviously. As a matter of advertising our cause, we would share it. We would make advertisements on the television, in which the television, of course, it's everywhere. You might be waiting in a waiting room. There will be a TV there, of course. And when you're at home, you're just watching TV, maybe an ad might pop up. Our ads will be seen by almost all Malaysians, of course, because almost all of us have TVs at home, don't we? We're also gonna set up social media accounts because, again, Malaysians, almost all of us have social media accounts. So with this huge number of people using social media, we would be easily found and referred to on the internet. Well, that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. Now let us listen to the speech of the third speaker from the last member of Team B, Aida Shafiqah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning IB2 panel of experts, chairperson, and also timekeepers and members of the floor. Okay, so basically, the second objective of the Cybersecurity Awareness Program, CAP, is to decrease the amounts of unemployed school leavers. So, we will automatically attract them to join this program. Therefore, we are indirectly exposing themselves to cybersecurity, as the content of our program will be about jobs to offer in cybersecurity field. Participants will be provided with resourceful information regarding to the jobs in the sector. In example, network engineer. They work with a company's computer network using information technology to make network system for all employees to use. These data networks can include local area networks, LANs, wide area networks, WANs, intranets, and also extranets. The other job is ethical hackers. Ethical hackers know how to find and exploit vulnerabilities and weaknesses in various systems, just like a malicious hacker or a black hat hacker. An ethical hacker's role involves broader duties. They break into system legally and ethically. They also attempt to penetrate a computer system or network on behalf of its owner to look for the purpose of finding security vulnerabilities that a malicious hacker would potentially exploit. By explaining this job description, school leavers will have a bigger scope about what CAP is all about, and they will be more interested and encouraged to join the camp and make cybersecurity a career. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, we are lacking of workforce because the information and communication technology (ICT) sector is growing in Malaysia, which opens more opportunities for skilled school leavers in this field. We have to recruit as many school leavers as possible into this field, so we have a strong foundation in cybersecurity. But why do we need lots of workforce? Okay, so it is so this new workforce can work hard to find out how ransomware, as an example, WannaCry works and how to avoid it. That's why we come up with the idea CAP in order to encourage school leavers to make cybersecurity as a career. Last year, a major ransomware called WannaCry attacked the National Hospital Server (NHS) in the UK system and had its large amount of data required ransom for $300 in bitcoins. Then the ransomware started spreading at an astonishing speed all around the globe before it was stopped by a 22 years old IT guy accidentally. Members of the floor, during our program, we will tell the school leavers that this is a high demand job. As the awareness of cybercrime and privacy breaches grows, professionals who can protect digital space with vigilance are sought after in nearly every industry. In fact, cybersecurity jobs are expected to increase by 18% through to 2024, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics (BLS). That's more than twice the 7% average growth rate for all occupations. The Bureau for Labor Statistics (BLS) lists the median annual salary for this role in 2015 was $90,120, which is considerably higher than the average for all occupation, which was $36,200. Okay, so like what I have said just now, cybersecurity will always be a high demand job because every company needs them. Not only that, the salary is also nice. So I think explaining this to the school leavers during CAP will really attract them to be in this jobs field because it is a worthy occupation. Ladies and gentlemen, cybersecurity is no longer an option, but it is a necessity for every business companies because they need to protect their system from any data loss. Being a cybersecurity has many benefits. One of it is the school leavers can always learn new things. If they choose this path, they will always have room to grow. They they continually be learning new skills and working to understand new technology. New challenges will also keep popping out because with each new wave of technology, new risks are created. Ladies and gentlemen, remember the tagline, cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. So we are all reminded that everyone plays a role to ensure that this field has enough workforce. So with this objective, we are encouraging the school leavers to make cybersecurity as a career. So we firmly believe that this field has. So we firmly believe that by organization, we can make school leavers encouraged to choose this path. With that, I take my place. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Aisha Shafika. And now, I will allow each team 5 minutes to prepare their enlightenment. The clock starts now. Session shall now commence. The speaker from Team B will deliver your enlightenment first. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, we meet again for our enlightenment session. So, we've introduced to you our program that is going to encourage the students to make cyber security a career. So, for this enlightenment session, I will give you a clearer picture of how our program goes and what activities we'll be doing. Okay. So, like my second speakers have explained that firstly, we are going to spread awareness about the importances of cybersecurity. So, this camp, cybersecurity awareness camp, will last about a week, and then at the beginning of the camp, we'll be briefing them, give them a clear talk about why do we need cybersecurity as a career? Why is it important? And she also explained about statistics about cyber crimes, and with that statistics, hopefully it will be able to open their eyes and make them understand how important it is to have enough workforce for this. And then later on, we will introduce a challenge, awareness challenge for them to see whether they truly understand or they truly pick up what we're trying to tell them. So this challenge will be briefed by them. We will brief this challenge to them, and then we'll give them time to create an idea for them to attract the attention of people. So this will be through social media. Okay, so when they start the challenge on the third day, we'll analyze, we'll keep attention and wait for the last day to see the results and choose the winner, which is the one who can attract the most people about this awareness for cybersecurity. So we are going to judge them by the technique of how they're going to spread the awareness and how they truly understand and how much likes or how they see the sense of responsibility in spreading this awareness. Yeah, so this challenge is actually basically for us to just gain the school leavers' sense of responsibility for to make cybersecurity a career, because everyone needs to know this. So instead of just spreading it through the school leavers, we'll make them spread it to the world also. Okay. So now I'll move on to what my third speaker has said. Okay, she told us that we're going to expose them about the jobs, the choice of jobs, careers that are available for cybersecurity. She gave us choices like a network engineer and ethical hacker. Okay, so how we're going to do this is that we're going to tell them, we're going to explain about the career, and then we're going to let them try, experience it by inviting experts to show them how it works. And then automatically, maybe they'll gain their interest in the career, and it will encourage them to make cybersecurity as their career. So, okay, how it works, it's a week, right? So the plan is going to be, it's going to be with the challenge, but it's in between. So they'll have time to prepare for the awareness challenge, and then slots for learning. And then we'll have more learning sessions and to learn the importances of cybersecurity in depth. And then we'll also explain them about how it is worth it, because like my third speaker has said that it is to decrease the amount of unemployed school leavers. So most students are not that interested in science or other things, but they may gain interest in things like the internet, cyber. So cybersecurity is not something that is, it's not something that we can look as something not that great, because it's really important. The career is really important, and also they provide a very satisfying salary. Like my third speaker said, the BCL told that median annual salary for a role for a cybersecurity career, it will in 2015 it says that it will cost around 90,120, and while others just cost about 36,200. Yeah. So hopefully through this camp, cybersecurity awareness camp, will be able to open their minds and give them a real understanding about cybersecurity, because they're going to be out of school and some of them don't know what they're going to do. So instead of wasting their time, this is the best way to make the use of that time and also help to make the internet safe. Yeah. So I guess that's all from me. If there's no questions, that's all.
Okay, I have a question to ask.
All right.
In one of your slides, you mentioned about viralizing your mini campaigns, right? In one of your slides, you mentioned about viralizing mini campaigns, right? So, to whom would you preach to gain that viral attention? Like, who do you think would support your program, that he or she would actually viralize that program?
Okay, so by my understanding that you're asking like who is going to be interested in this, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who would be that interested? Who would support you that much that he or she would actually viralize your content?
All right. Okay. So like I've told you before, each individual, the school leavers, will have their own idea. It is up to them to create the best idea to attract everyone around them. Like, if they can attract kids, even adults, that's their ability, because we're just gonna. It is just a mini camp. It's not mainly to viralize it, but it's just a camp for them to gain responsibility, to gain the sense of responsibility to spread the awareness. Is not really focused on viralizing it. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question.
And I guess a little bit more clarification. Why do you think they would do that? Like, why would you think they would want to preach out for you? Like,
Sorry, it's not clear.
Sorry. Why would you think they would want to preach out? Like, why do you think those school leavers would have the initiative to do that?
All right. Before the awareness challenge, we will give them a talk, like I've said before. Okay, so through this talk, we will really open their eyes and give them information in depth about why is it really important. So through this, like, it's actually really up to them, because it's an open camp for you to gain your interest, but it will encourage you to gain interest in cybersecurity. So I guess that's it from me.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nordini, for your enlightenment. You have just heard the enlightenment of from Team B. Now, to end the session, I would like to call upon presenter from Team A to present his enlightenment. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So I'll begin my enlightenment today. So, just as a basic rundown, what we explained earlier about MaxRap. MaxRap, or also known as Mass Cybersecurity Recruitment Program. It's a program for us to just overall recruit people to join cybersecurity, or just take cybersecurity as a main, as a education plan, in which, as explained by the first speaker, one of our objectives is to spread awareness in the prospect of cybersecurity jobs, in which today, obviously there are a lot of jobs. There are a vast options of it. And people mostly, they do not know about it. In which, as us Malaysians, we would obviously go to school, and one of the most common things that people want to be is a doctor. So, in this hall, I could bet there must be at least 15 students here who wants to become a doctor. I could bet that. So, spreading awareness about cybersecurity as a job, it would help open the minds of students, thinking that jobs are not just being a doctor or just being an engineer, but you could also be a programmer, maybe be someone who works as a technical expert, someone who is a professional in what he wants to do, and what he does helps the community to strive and become a better place. Other than that, we will also help school leavers to find a better tertiary education plan, in which, as I stated again, education, it's important, of course, but we shouldn't just keep our minds closed, just thinking that there's just being that there's just education of being a doctor or just being an architect, but you could also embark into new ideas or new skills that you could develop over time. And one of the main questions that people might ask us is why? Why do the school leavers have to know? It's because we need to build up a new community. We need to build up a new community of people who knows how to use the internet, of people who knows how to control the internet to help up those who are using the internet. So imagine like we're going to a restaurant. So at that restaurant, there's just one waiter, but there are a lot of customers. So would that one waiter be enough to serve the whole restaurant? Of course not. So that's why we need more people to join us, to join our cause. And plus, there's a high salary for it. How would you not push out a high salary, of course? And the careers are also exciting. We're talking about programming. Maybe you could make your own program. You could profit from your own programming. As an example, we know how Bill Gates, how he started from his garage, just messing around with computers, and then look where he is today. He created Microsoft, and we are almost all of us are using Microsoft as a medium of doing our work today. So within MaxRep, there are two more branches, which is MoxRep and VixRep. MoxRep, or also known as Mobile Cybersecurity Recruitment Program, is a program based on preaching to the public about MaxRep physically, in which we used buses, as exclaimed by speaker number 2. We used buses with information plastered all over it, made it as if it's a moving exhibition. And having something moving than something stagnant means that we could spread out more efficiently towards the public. As an example, if we were just to make a exhibition center, like, people will have to go to us. But with a moving exhibition center, we could go to people. We could go preaching to people. We would go spreading our information to schools, to convention centers. Excuse me. And within these exhibitions, we also have services as well, in which we could give them free psychometric tests, in which most of us, we might think, oh, what's the point of a psychometric test? Well, a psychometric test, it will determine what you want to be, what your future is, what your interest is, in what you want to be. And finally, moving on to VixRep, our virtual cybersecurity recruitment program. It's a way of preaching out using the internet. Of course, we know the internet is our second lives, so to speak. We all use it. We all live in it. I could bet right now some of us are even using it right now. Isn't that right? And through this web, we could give out services which we would help people to find their future education plan. We would help people to embark in educations that they never even thought about, which is, of course, cybersecurity. People mostly, they think that, oh, for example, if one of us is a doctor, you might think, oh, you're a doctor, you're amazing. It's not that case. If you're someone who does something what you like, if you're someone who does what you like and what you enjoy doing, then you're someone who's successful to yourself. You're not someone who's successful in the eye of the public. In which that's what we want. We want to be successful to ourselves. And some of us don't even know that we want to be someone who embarks in cybersecurity. We might not be someone who... right now we might see ourselves as someone who wants to reach out to be a doctor or maybe an engineer, but we don't know that, we might not know that we enjoy using IT as a way of embarking into our career. And awareness, of course, it must be spread about our cause. Because if we don't spread about our awareness, like, people would not know about us. So that's why I guess advertising would be one of the best matters of doing so. If not, one of the only matters of doing so. Because right now, as we could see, advertising and also overall just explaining about us to the public, and when the public has a rough idea about what we do, about what we offer, they would at least refer to us soon, maybe in the future or so. So overall, what we're providing here, we are providing a platform. We are providing a stand for someone to just come up and talk to. We are providing a service in which people would come to us so that we could give them what they want. And what they want is that success. So what we mean by that is that we'll provide them with services like education that they want to embark in, as well as assist them in getting that education.
I have a question here.
Pardon?
Now you say that you will promote your program on TV ad. So how you gain so much fund to make your program will be shown on TV?
Pardon?
How do you get the fund to pay TV station to promote your program?
So we would spread it by maybe starting up. We would spread it by starting up a GoFundMe or maybe a Patreon, so that people would donate to us a bit, to whoever has the same idea as us, whoever shares the same interest with us, then they could obviously donate to us.
Are you sure that they will donate it to you?
Pardon?
Are you sure that they will donate the fund to you?
If they are confident in what we do, if they trust us, then yes, they will.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Daniel, for your speech. We will break 3 minutes for the POE to discuss on the question. Okay. Now let us proceed to the core of the discourse. You have my interest. I would like to call upon any one of the POEs who would like to seek clarification from both teams. You have a maximum of 2 questions to ask. This session will last for 20 minutes. Please welcome.
Okay, thank you, Honourable Chairperson. So, I got one question for Team A. Okay, you mentioned that there are 2 importance for your program. That's mean for mobile way and internet web service, is it? Okay. Among 2 program, which would you choose that will give more impacts for school leavers? Among that two program, which would you choose that give more impacts? Okay.
So, by answering your question, of course we would choose VixTrap, because the VixTrap, we're using the internet as the medium in which almost everyone uses the internet. So with a high amount of people, we would easily be spread around and we would be easily referred to. While if we use Mockstrap, it's more of a physical form of preaching out to the public, in which we would require more resources, we would require more money and more funding to do that. So with just using VixTrap, we just need the internet, we just need social media accounts to preach out to millions of people who live in Malaysia. But by the end of the day, we still need both of them, because to make it happen, we also need like a direct public view towards us. We also need a sturdy public view towards us. Thank you.
This question is for Team B. You have 2 objectives of CAP. One is to create awareness, and the other one you mentioned was to decrease unemployment. So it gives us the impression that if school leavers do not choose cybersecurity as their career, they will be unemployed. Is that right? Can you please explain? Thank you.
All right. Okay. So your question is so if the students are does not choose cybersecurity as a career, they will be unemployed. Is that it?
One of your slides mentioned, if you go
Yeah.
back, your objective is to decrease unemployment.
It's fine.
Your objective? Yes. To decrease the amount of unemployed school leavers. So does it mean that if they do not choose cybersecurity as a career, they will be unemployed?
It's not actually like that, but we're trying to help like the unemployed school leavers. But I guess but it's not actually like that. We're just trying to decrease to help them decrease the amount of unemployed.
If they are school leavers, they will be unemployed. They are looking for jobs.
Yeah.
So you're helping them by
Yeah, we're helping
encouraging them. Yes. So that gives an impression that if they do not choose cybersecurity as a career, they will be unemployed.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
You guess so?
Yeah. Yeah, because if logically, if they do not choose cybersecurity as a job, then they will be unemployed, because we're just trying to help them to decrease the amount of unemployed.
There are other jobs. They can be doctors, they can be engineers, they can be any other thing.
Okay,
There are
so
many other job opportunities. But what you're trying to tell them is cybersecurity is one option that they can consider. Correct?
I'm sorry, it's not clear.
Cybersecurity as a career is only one option. There are many other options available, correct? So it doesn't mean that if they do not choose cybersecurity, they will be unemployed, correct?
Okay.
There are many other job opportunities. They can be doctors, they can be engineers.
So okay, the unemployed school leavers we met is like the ones who really doesn't know the path. Like they're not really good at math or like science to be a doctor, let's say, to be an engineer. So they might have the skills to work as a cybersecurity in a cybersecurity career. So it's not like saying that if you do not pick cybersecurity as a career, you will not be employed. It's just to help those who does not know a career, a clear way, a clear path to the future. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, any more?
Okay, I have one more for Team A. For your program, Mork Strap, you said you're going to use the bus as a medium of reaching out to people. My question is, why a bus? Why not a van? Why not something smaller? Why something expensive as a bus?
Well, you see, why we pick a bus out of any other forms of transportation is because a bus, it's big. It's big, it's spacious. You could make, as I said, you can make it into a mini exhibition center, in which in the bus we could put in more information, we could put in more ideas for people to take part in. So if we use a bus, people could walk inside as well. People would walk through it like a little exhibition. While if we use a van, it might be a bit claustrophobic, or maybe if we use, let's say, a pickup truck, it won't work the same. Yeah, thank you.
Whilst you're standing, between the two, which would you execute first? Mock strap or Vic strap? Or would you do both concurrently?
Pardon?
Between your two programs, which would you execute first? Mock strap or Vic strap? Or would you execute both at the same time?
We would execute both at the same time, of course.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, panel of experts, for the questions. We have heard the presentation and point raised by both teams. Before the result is announced, I would like to call upon all the panel of POEs to proceed to the secretariat to confer on the winning team. Please. Okay. We would like to thank all the team members, Team A and Team B, and the timekeepers for the participation for today's discourse. That brings us to the end of the National ICT Security Discourse Cybersafe Challenge Trophy. The result will announce during the closing ceremony in half an hour from now. Thank you.
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang dihormati sekalian, meneruskan kelangsungan majlis sesemarakkan lagi dengan acara penyampaian hadiah dan sijil kepada para pemenang pertandingan CAKNA dan NICTSeD Peringkat Negeri Terengganu 2018. Hadirin hadirat yang dimuliakan, penuh debaran 1000 harapan, semuanya bakal terjawab. Dimulakan dengan penyampaian hadiah bagi pertandingan cabaran keselamatan Cyber Nasional CAKNA. Dijemput semua para peserta CAKNA ke pentas untuk menerima sijil. Dimulakan dengan adik Muhammad Afiq bin Nordin dari SMK Saujana. Adik Muhammad Arif Haikal bin Zakaria dari SMK Geliga. Persilakan adik Muhammad Hanif Aizat bin Muhammad Mazuki dari SMK Seribu Diman. Seterusnya adik Muhammad Luqman Hakim bin Ramli dari SMKA Watania. Dipersilakan adik Muhammad Alif Ikhwan bin Hamizan dari SMK Bukit Tunggal. Seterusnya adik Raja Muhammad Syakir Zufairi bin Raja Hamdan dari SMA Mahmudiah. Persilakan adik Muhammad Faris Fikran bin Hairi Helmi dari SM Sains Hulu Terengganu. Seterusnya, adik Azfa Azim bin Azhar dari SM Imtiaz Besut. Persilakan adik Nur Syazah Wafia binti Muhammad Nur dari SMK Sultan Sulaiman. Dan adik Ahmad Hafizin bin Muhammad Suhaimi dari SMK Rantau Petronas. Sekarang kita umumkan tempat ketiga diberi kepada adik Muhammad Alif Ikhwan bin Hanizam dari SMK Bukit Tunggal, Kuala Nerus. Seterusnya, naik Johan jatuh kepada adik Azfa Azim bin Azhar dari SM Imtiaz Besut. Baiklah, sekarang Johan sekaligus akan ke peringkat kebangsaan bagi pertandingan cabaran keselamatan Cyber Nasional CAKNA 2018 dirangkul oleh adik Raja Muhammad Syakir Zufairi bin Raja Hamdan dari SMA Mahmudiah Hulu Terengganu. Tahniah diucapkan. Jemput para peserta yang lain ke hadapan untuk sesi bergambar. Persilakan. Tahniah dan terima kasih kepada pemenang serta para peserta. Hadirat yang dimuliakan, seterusnya adalah penyampaian hadiah bagi pertandingan National ICT Security Discourse NICTSeD. Bagi pertandingan NICTSeD, pasukan yang berjaya sehingga ke peringkat separuh akhir diberi kepada, dipersilakan dari SMK Tengku Mahmud. Seterusnya dijemput SMA Khairiah. Dipersilakan. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, sebelum kita umumkan pemenang tempat pertama dan kedua, kita umumkan dahulu pembentang terbaik pertandingan NICTSeD 2018 diberi kepada adik Muhammad Daniel bin Ahmad dari SMKA Sheikh Abdul Malik. Dijemput turut serta pengetua atau guru sepentas bersama para pelajar. Sekalian, sekarang dijemput dua lagi sekolah untuk menerima sijil penyertaan dan terus berada di atas pentas. Dimulakan dengan SMKA Sheikh Abdul Malik. Dijemput ke pentas untuk menerima sijil penyertaan. Sekarang dijemput pula dari SM Sains Kuala Terengganu. Dipersilakan. Sekarang saya umumkan Johan terlebih dahulu. Mendebarkan tinggal dua kumpulan, kumpulan A atau kumpulan B. Johan yang akan ke peringkat kebangsaan bagi pertandingan National ICT Security Discourse NICTSeD 2018 dirangkul oleh SMKA Sheikh Abdul Malik Kuala Terengganu. Tahniah diucapkan. Dijemput Tuan Pengetua bersama guru ke pentas. Naik Johan jatuh kepada SM Sains Kuala Terengganu. Mohon ke depan dahulu untuk sesi bergambar. SM Sains Kuala Terengganu dan SMKA Sheikh Abdul Malik. diucapkan kepada Tuan Haji Azman bin Othman atas penyampaian hadiah sebentar tadi. Terima kasih. Terima kasih kepada Tuan Haji Azman dan hadirin. Hadirin hadirat sekalian, untuk makluman, Johan bagi NICTSeD dan CAKNA pada hari ini akan mewakili Negeri Terengganu ke peringkat kebangsaan yang akan diadakan pada bulan Julai 2018 di Kota Baru, Kelantan kelak. Tahniah dan semoga tim Terengganu dapat membawa berita gembira kelak. Sama-sama kita doakan. Setakat inilah sahaja majlis kita pada pagi ini dan semoga majlis kita mendapat keberkatan Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Mohon maaf dari saya, Nehlah binti Muhammad Amin Ridwan. Terima kasih sekali lagi dijemput para peserta untuk menikmati makan tengah hari di Dewan Makan. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.